listening to all Chief Talk, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom. Jaylen Watson.
Who the hell's Jaylen Watson, boys?
Jaylen Watson.
Chiefs Kingdom, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. I'm Steve Williams. I'm here with Mike Williams, and today we're going to be talking about our 7th round draft pick, cornerback from Washington State, Jaylen Watson.
Jaylen Watson.
Jaylen Watson. Sexual chocolate.
Hey, 6'2", 197. That's a big kid.
Big guys, that's a theme. That's a theme. They've been getting those big, long corners, man.
Right. Runs a 4.5, 40. 4.5 is not shabby. It's not overly fast. But with his length, he should be able to keep up, right?
I don't know. He's pretty slow. We're going to have to go on that one. He's not very quick. But anyway, we'll get to that more in a second. Jaylen Watson, he was born September 17th, 1998. He is 23 years old. He was born in Augusta, Georgia. He ended up going to high school at 2 different schools in Augusta, Georgia, Lucy C. Laney High School and also Curtis Baptist.
He played wide receiver and he played corner at Lucy C. Laney High School. He was named All-Region for both. So that was about it. He moved out to Ventura College in California to play some football at junior college. He was a 2-time junior college All-American corner until he eventually signed with Washington State.
Actually, he signed with USC first, but then he never enrolled into class and ended up going to Washington State.
Right. Like, who just says USC? Let's forget it.
He does have good size, strength, length. Of course, he's been through the ringer, fighting through adversity through high school, junior college, getting to the NFL draft. You know, he wasn't like a high ranked player or anything like that. So definitely shows some perseverance on his part. He does have some good traits that could be developed, but I mean, overall, not to be a negative Nancy, but I see more cons than pros with Jaylen Watson. At this point, I do feel like he's meant to be a practice squad player. Could just be me. But what do you see with him, Mike? What were your strengths that you saw with Jaylen Watson?
Well, he's got good size. He's got good length. He's pretty strong. When he presses, he's pretty physical with that. Like, he bullies receivers. He punches through their shoulders really well. He's good with run support. He's a pretty hard hitter. That was a theme of the draft. He can hit. And I think at the point of the catch, he can test it pretty well from what I've seen. I don't know if he's just going to be a camp body, but I do say that he is raw compared to maybe even Josh Williams, if that's possible. But he could be a safety as well with his size. Like, maybe they're getting these guys that are kind of, interchangeable in their positions, and they can throw them between safety and corner.
Well, his prospect grade was only a 5.63. And if you look up the definition of that, that's just basically saying he's a candidate for bottom of the roster practice squad. So that's all they were seeing with Jaylen Watson, according to NFL.com. Now, when I watched some of his tape, man, things that I noticed that I would put in that cons category is that he really lacks foot agility and quickness. Man coverage is not his forte. He is definitely a zone corner. He gets routed out of position fairly easily. And his footwork during transitions and things like that is just a little sloppy and slow. So I just don't know. I don't know what was so appealing about Jaylen Watson to the Brett Veach and Andy Reid and crew. I've seen him taking poor angles. He just looked overmatched or outmatched a lot of the time in the tape I was watching. And that was actually something they said about him when he went to USC right before he went to Washington State, was that even in practice, he looked completely outmatched by the USC receivers. So I don't know what the story is there, why he never enrolled in school and he left to go to Washington State. But I wonder if that had something to do with it. I wonder if it, hurt his confidence a little or something like that, and he thought he should move on. But I'm not trying, like I said, not trying to be a negative Nancy at all, but I don't necessarily see what Veach and them are seeing in Jaylen Watson. I would like to know what to look for, or maybe what game footage to watch that they were impressed with.
I don't think he was that overly bad. I think there's things you can work with. It was a
I don't think
seventh
it was.
round pick.
I don't think it was bad. He wasn't a bad corner. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
like,
at all.
What
But
I feel that he that was a con, I guess, would be that he didn't trust his eyes a lot. Like he would see something and then just kind of stutter around and end up being late to the point of attack.
right, and that's
And
what
that
I
was
was.
the other thing was
Yeah.
the burst to the point of attack to close in on the ball carrier. That was the one thing I seen. But I mean, he's got what it takes. He's got the good size. You can't teach size. You can't teach athleticism, and he's pretty athletic. So,
Well,
you know,
I mean, I think him lacking the agility and the quickness and stuff like that. It's really going to make him cover 2, cover 3 dependent. I don't see him ever being on the field just going man to man, things like that. I do feel like Jaylen Watson's going to be a practice squad player. Could be wrong when all that's said and done, but there are a lot of corners on this team, and there's a lot of good ones. So I'm kind of projecting him as that practice squad player. What about you, Mike? Do you think he has a chance of making the team, or do you think he's going to be on that practice squad?
I mean, he has a chance, but I think you're at the point where he's far enough down the depth chart that he's got to be a really good special teams player, and he's got to beat out some really good special teams players. So that's the thing. If they think he can contribute on special teams, yeah, I mean, why not? But I don't know. I'm on the fence with him, which we're going to talk about that a lot more in depth later on. But did you have a comp for him? Did you get a comp for this fella?
The only comp I could really come up with from just the tape that I watched, I'm actually not for sure where this guy ended up at. He might be in Miami right now. But if you remember Trill Williams from Syracuse, I kind of see
I don't remember.
I see a comp there from Trill Williams. I think he's at Miami right now. But that's kind of what he reminds me of. Like, he is big and, I feel like there's some potential there and there's room for development. But, it's just not a whole lot of foot speed, not a whole lot of agility and quickness and things like that. So that's where I got with that comp.
Well, I'm going to take it back a little older. I'm going to go with Brandon Browner, who played with Seattle in the Legion of Boom. Similar size. He's 6'4", I think. What did we say Watson was? 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in that range.
6'2".
Browner's a little heavier. He was 220. So he's got about 20 pounds on him. Watson could gain some of that, in the weight room, but I don't know. But they're similar size. Browner also played corner and safety. He was physical at the line. He was a solid tackler. He had problems against speedy wide receivers. I mean, that's looking to be the same kind of thing.
Right.
Brandon Browner actually pled guilty in 2018 to attempted murder. So let's just hope that the player comp doesn't pan out on that side.
Jaylen Watson
for his football traits.
Don't be out there trying to kill people, bro.
Dude, it's his ex-girlfriend. Don't even have a girlfriend. Just quit. Just focus on your career. Get rid of the girls. Go ask Tyreek about that one. And just don't do it. Let's just focus on football and let's win a ring and let's get you on this team. But yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to make the team. I don't know what it is, but he shows some promising features. So I'll give it to him in a 7th round pick. It was an intriguing pick right there.
Right. I think it's all on upside. I think they see something that could be developed. So, I mean, it's 7th round pick. It's kind of throwing darts anyway. So I'm not bashing the pick, not bashing Jaylen. I'm just saying what I saw. And I would like to see more. I would like to see, that perspective. I would like to know what each of them saw that they were so intrigued with. So if anybody has any good game tape of him, throw it down in the comments so I can check that out. But thanks for joining us today. If you learn anything about Jaylen Watson, or if you know a little bit more about Jaylen Watson, throw that down in the comments. Hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Also, we'll be back talking about our running back that we chose in the 7th round, Isaiah Pacheco. So make sure that you guys tune back in for that.
Hit us up on Twitter too, @AllChiefedUp. We'll take questions. We take comments. We'll fight with you if you want. If you want to battle, we'll go.
We'll do it. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
See you guys.
Baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you were meant for me. I'm madly in love with you.